Evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Please let's join up. Let's join up. Let's join up. We are live. Please, as you join, please don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to love. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to 4G Community Impact Initiative, where we put God first in whatever we do. It's a pleasure having you today, and today's edition of Sunday Melody. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. My name is King Abdul Salam, and I am your host for today. How are you guys doing? Hope you are all doing well. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Please, as you join us, please try to share, try to love, hit the love and like buttons as we move. Good evening, Kings and Queen. Once again, welcome to 4G Community Impact Initiative, and we are having our Sunday Melody today. It promises to be interactive, interesting, and the topic we are going to be talking about today is something that is mind blowing. Mind blowing in the sense that some of you will sit down and wonder if such a thing can really work. So that is the kind of topic we'll be discussing about today. Welcome once again. I am King Abdusalam, and I am your host for this evening. Now let's go straight into business. Our topic for today is how to cope with unemployment. How to cope with unemployment. Some of you might be wondering, how can someone cope with unemployment? You don't have something to do. How do you cope with it? We are going to be discussing about it, and I'll also be reading your meaningful comments to see how you are following up the program this evening. So now, it is very, very interesting and very much exciting to know what the subject matter is talking about, which is unemployment. So I want to read comments. I want to see what somebody can tell me or who can define unemployment for me. Please don't forget to hit the share button and also the like and the love button. Please always use it for us. Thank you. And also tag your friends that are not here and ask them to be here that we are live on 4G Community Impact Initiative. Yes. I just asked the question, who can tell me what unemployment is? I have my own definition here, but I want to hear from you, the audience. Let me see who. Don't forget, anytime we are here, somebody is always at the background. Our angel is always at the background taking notes. So please, can somebody, okay, Samuel Ali said, unemployment is when someone does not have any source of income. Any source of income. You can be unemployed and you have a source of income. You can say a stable source of income, like a regular source of income. I agree with you. But any source of income, all right, yeah, it's a nice one. Then somebody also said, hinder to queen. Unemployment is someone who don't have anything doing to keep them busy or make money. Okay. All right. Let me tell you my own. I see unemployment as the condition of one who is capable of working, actively seeking for work, but unable to find any work. Unemployment is a condition of one who is capable of working, actively seeking for work, but unable to find one. It is one thing for you to be looking for work. It's another thing for you to be actively looking for work. You can be called an unemployed person if you are actively looking for work. Some people can just sit down, they don't have job, they are unemployed, but they are not looking for job. So for you to even get that status of somebody that is called an unemployed person, you must be an active seeker of a particular work. All right, let's now jump back to the subject topic of the day, which is how to cope with unemployment. Now we have some tips that is going to help you survive and even thrive. The question is, are you unemployed? If you are, please never see unemployment as the end of the world. You being unemployed doesn't mean that the world has come to an end. Come with me, let's chat and reason together ways to cope as an unemployed person. Now, we are going to be having a chat, a conversation between ourselves. I'm going to be telling you ways to cope with unemployment. Then we are going to see if this thing actually works. Now, the first thing we are going to be talking about today is stay positive. Someone that is being positive. Now, the first way to cope with unemployment is being positive. What do I mean by being positive? If you are unemployed, there are some particular character or there are some particular things that maybe comes to your mind. Like some people, they will be devastated. Like, I'm unemployed. I can't take care of my needs. I can't do this. I can't do that. That brings down the positivity in you. So, for you to maintain and to cope with unemployment, you have to always be positive. Thank you, Queen Monica. Yes, be positive. Exactly. You have to always be positive. Now, positive mindset here. Don't let yourself fall into despair. You have to force yourself to remain positive. As corny as it sounds, positive thinking brings about positive results. Now, when you sit down and you are not positive, do you know that you will not get anything positive, any result positive? But when you look at it that, I need a positive mindset, the fact that you are not working should not make you always think negative. You should always think about positivity and thinking about ways to improve your current status. So the first thing that you can use to cope with unemployment is staying positive or positive thinking or having a positive mindset. All right. The second one is connect with your network. Now, let me tell you one thing. One of these things that will make you cope with unemployment is connecting with your network. What do I mean? Opportunities can come from people. It is good for you to always maintain a good rapport with people around you. It is good for you to always maintain a good rapport with people around you. I said the second step is connect with your network. People around you helps you a lot. Some people bring you down, but some people do help you. Now, what do I mean by connecting with your network? Now, people around you, when they know what your challenge is, some of them can help you. Some of them might not help you. They might even make it worse. But what will you do? What you do in this aspect is how you connect with your network. Don't let them know what you are facing at the moment. Don't tell them that you don't have a job, but you can tell them that you are looking for a new job, a better one than what you have. Because some of us here, particularly in Nigeria today, most of us do laugh at others for not having something doing. They might even think that because you are lazy or something like that, they might even use your family background to weigh you down. But a situation where you tell somebody, a friend, my friend, I'm working, but the work I'm doing is not enough for me to pay my bills or stuff like that. Please, I'm looking for a job. In case you see any job opportunity, please let me know. In this scenario, nobody will laugh at you. They will only think that you want to improve on the particular thing you are doing. Yes, connecting with your network with positive attitude. Exactly. Tell them you are looking for a new job or to upscale. Exactly. You are not going to tell them that you don't have something, but you are going to tell them that this thing you are doing might not be enough for you at that point in time. You want to have something, you want to upscale. You want to have something better than what you are doing for now. All right. So that is the second way for you to cope with unemployment. The third way is learning a new skill and engaging in professional development. Now, I want to tell you something. I want to open your eyes to something. The fact that you have no job, and maybe you might be thinking, you might all through your a particular day, you might be thinking, how do I get something to eat? How do I feed myself? In this process, you shouldn't just sit down one place and think. You should do what? You should act or try to learn. No crime in seeking for help. Exactly. No crime in seeking for help. In Nigeria today, most people think that when you tell your neighbor, this is what I'm facing, they use it to laugh at you or things like that. But telling them that, okay, this is what I need this particular job for. I already have a job, but I need something to, upscale. I think that one will help. At least it will reduce the manner in which people will talk about your you seeking for a job or you being unemployed. All right. So I was saying that you should learn skills and engage in professional development. Now, let me tell you, if as a young graduate, for instance, you are unemployed, and because you think you have certificate, most times certificate doesn't work. Most of the companies we have today that are seeking for people to work for them, they don't just look at what you have as paper, because these papers can be bought with money. They want to know what you have upstairs, what you can give to them. Now, every company that puts out employment opportunities outside, they are not just putting it out. There's a particular problem that they feel that they need somebody to solve it for them. So they are looking for people that they are going to employ to solve that particular problem. So if they are putting that job opportunity outside, what are those skills? What are those professional developments you have given to yourself that will make you more qualified to get such a job than other people that actually want that same job? So learn a new skill and engage in professional development is another way of coping with unemployment. And let me tell you something. When you are learning some skills in some places, like maybe you go to a phone repairer shop, for instance, you want to learn accessories, how to repair accessories. Within some days, you are gaining experience. You are not just gaining experience. It's something that as you are learning, you might have a friend that has a phone that is fault and wants to repair. With the idea you have gotten from where you are learning how to repair accessories or phone, you might be able to repair for that person and you get something in return for that particular service you have rendered. So the fact that you are unemployed should not stop you from learning a skill, because that skill will make you better than a fellow unemployed person that is looking for a particular job. Because you might have a first class. For instance, now we are looking for a mechanical engineer in a particular company. You have a first class in engineering. You also have somebody that has a first class, and you people are vying for the same job. How are you better than that person? You wrote an exam, you both passed. The next thing the company will do is to put you both to a test. Now, if you are somebody that already has a skill about that test, you tend to get more, or you tend to be favored than the person that just have the educational qualification for that particular job. So you can see now that even in your being unemployed, you have also achieved something that is making you better than others. So please don't say because you are unemployed. I know it is very devastating, but don't just sit down and wait for manna to fall from heaven. Always try to make your hand dirty by involving yourself in one thing or the other, or learning a trade or learning a skill, a professional one at that, so that whenever the need arises, you might not even get the job you are looking for, but for the fact that you have learned a skill, you can use that one to start something before you get your dream job. So let me read through comments before we go deep into other points. All right, George Root said, to be wealthy in life, it is either you are selling a product or services. Exactly. You cannot just sit down one place and be thinking that manna will fall from heaven. There is this saying that heaven helps those who help themselves. You just sit down. I'm a graduate now, a first class graduate. Do you know how many first class graduates we have that don't have anything that they are doing? Most of them self are even teaching in they are teaching in a private school. So come to think of it, it is not that because you have the educational qualification, you feel that you must always have a job. No, sometimes it is not everybody that are employable. Some people are meant to be employer of labor and not to be employed. Some people are meant to be employed. So if you know that these things happen, then you should know that learning a skill is one way to cope with unemployment. I hope we are enjoying this topic. Let me read through comment before we continue. Omotosho said, in this Nigeria, learning a skill is advisable. Exactly. Learning a skill. This is one thing in this world that I regretted. I regretted it because when I was a child, I don't think skill was necessary. But when I got to the level I am today, I was thinking back if I could turn the hand of the clock backward just to go learn a skill. So please never think that because you don't have anything to do, you are not employed. You cannot learn a skill. You can always learn a skill. If you keep friends, if you keep company of people that have a sense of a particular type of skill, you can actually learn from your friends. Like where I stay now, a friend of mine makes shoes. Once in a while, I do go to visit him in a shop. I don't visit him because I want to learn or because I want him to know that I want to learn. But most times when he's doing something, I tend to ask one or two questions. With those questions, I am learning. Because he told me one day, he said, me, I went to school now, he didn't go. So how will I be learning from him? And I told him that forget about it. School is one side, skill is one side. So it is good for you to learn skill because you not being employed does not mean that you cannot employ labor. You can also employ labor with the skill that you have acquired. All right. The next one is helping others. Before we go to helping others, let's talk about this volunteering. In Nigeria today, we don't like to do things that the money is not involved in. We don't like to do things at all that money is not involved in. But let me tell you something. One of the things that will make you grow in life is to volunteer to do something that there is no money inside. Do you know why it is good? You are going to learn something from there. But if you are all about what do I stand to gain in this particular thing, then you might find it very difficult for you to learn something. Always put it at the back of your mind that I am doing this thing not because I want money from it now, but because I want to have an idea of what I am doing. That is why I'm volunteering myself to do a particular thing. All right, somebody said, Olua Sheye Ogidi said, and the children, please get a skill. That is best way to go. Yes, exactly. First, you said, learn a skill in order to avoid urgent 2K. Urgent 2K needed. Exactly. So if you have a skill, sometimes you don't need to come into people's inbox and say, please, I have not eaten. Yeah, sometimes I know it might be difficult. Maybe you might even learn a skill and maybe there was no sale that day or you didn't see work to do that day. Yes, you might need help, but it will not be every time. It will not be every time. I'm trying to see now if I can even learn tailoring. I'm looking for somebody that will teach me tailoring. Somebody is saying I'm too old. I said, you don't stop learning. It is only when you die that is when you stop learning. So far you are still alive, you have every right to keep learning. All right. Then I said volunteering. Volunteering is one of these things that I guess Nigerian youth should embrace. Try to volunteer yourself to do something. You just sit at home and maybe somebody is about to do something, maybe a skill acquisition program that costs nothing. Volunteer yourself. Go there. try to learn something. Sometimes it might even cost money. But do you know that I have met somebody before that helped somebody that doesn't have money? This one is even a school setting. The person came to teach students how to on tailoring, on tailoring. So this particular student always come there, but stays at the window because he doesn't have money to enroll for the program. After the first day he did that, the second day he did that, the third day he did that. So during the course of the training, the trainer asked students a question. The trainer is happened to be a friend, so I'm always there. Ask students a question that he has taught them for the past 3 days. They could not answer. Not until that person staying at the window got the answer. What happened? The trainer called that person outside to join the class, and he never paid money for that particular training. You see now that this person, yes, you can say luck, you can say luck, you can say grace. But if he had not taken the step to come there and always follow the class, that grace, he wouldn't have found it. He volunteered himself that no, I want to learn this thing. The fact that I don't have money should not be a yardstick, should not be a barrier for me to learn this particular thing. So if there is something you have in mind to learn, you think that you don't have the money to do it, please, if there is anywhere they are organizing such a thing, tailoring, um, um, bead making, what have you, go there, try, just stay around that area. You might even see somebody that knows how to do it, or you might even have friends that does this thing, that you can just go there and sit down with them, start asking them one or two questions. Before you know, you start having ideas about a particular thing that you wanted to learn free of charge. So this is volunteering is also one of the ways to cope with unemployment. Then the last but not the least is helping others. You might be surprised, you might be wondering, why did I say helping others? In this world we are, there's something they call karma. It's everywhere. It happens everywhere. Helping others. If you try to help people, if you try to help people, you will find people that will help you. Always try to help somebody. Now, in what way, you that is unemployed, how do you help somebody? Very, very easy. You might be working somewhere, or you might even be at home, or might be listening to news, and you hear that a particular company wants a tailor to help them. So maybe a particular school wants a tailor to help them sew school uniforms for students. You might have a friend that is a tailor already. Since you cannot help the friend with money, maybe the friend might have asked you for money before help. The only way you can help the friend is by telling the friend to go and maybe look for that particular job. If he or she can get it, you have helped somebody. Somebody that was sitting down thinking of how to make money or how to get a business connection. You just went there. Sorry, oh, so and so advert was outside today. Oh, are you interested? Go to so and so place. You have helped somebody. Do you know that your friend can be at that particular place working through your help, and maybe overhear somebody saying that they need the particular thing that maybe you both might have talked about before, that your friend needs. You too might also come back and help. That's why they say karma. Whatever you do, good or bad, is coming back to you. Negatively, positively, it's coming back to you. So always try to help someone. It's also a way to cope with unemployment. Please let me go through comments and see what my people are saying. Hajara Yusuf said, I can use my last kobo to help someone. I'm a graphic designer. I help train others to learn so they can earn something for themselves without collecting a dime. Exactly. And you will see God blessing you, my sister Hajara. Let me tell you what I do. Leisure. I do it at my own leisure, at my will. Somebody told me when I was learning how to become a data vendor. Somebody said, Abdul Salam, you're going to pay 15,000 naira to learn data vending. That was back in 2020. So I paid the money and I learned it, but I did not even get enough knowledge about it, not until I left under my boss, because most times I do get contracts to supply 50, 100 people data. Instead of doing it by myself, I give it to my boss. But I was still learning. When I left under him, the very first week I left him, like I stopped working under him, I got a contract and I got a huge sum of money. Later, I discovered that the way things are in Nigeria, things are very difficult. Data vending is one thing that pays. I decided to start doing it free. I teach people free. I am not teaching them because I feel that I know more or have gotten more money. I am teaching them because I know that sooner or later, one of these people I taught might even be used to bless me in the future. You do these things sometimes, not because of the monetary advantages, but because you know that helping people is good business. So always try to give or lend a helping hand to somebody. The fact that you are not working doesn't mean that your friend should not work. If you see an opportunity to help a friend, please do it. Hinder to Queen said, I help in any way I can. I am drop shipping and also tell and teach them how to drop ship too. Okay, exactly. Thank you very much, Queen, for that. Fasuyi, please, babe, don't mention my name here again. Collins Nwako, what happened? Anyway, Kabri Sophia, exactly, Hajara. Okay. Edwin said, even if you don't have cash to give out, you can pass skill to others. That alone, you have put food on others' table. Exactly. Exactly. So, my people, this topic, most of you might have said, okay, this thing I just said, everything I just said now, how have this thing put food on my table? I want to leave you with these parting words. Coping with unemployment is undoubtedly very difficult. It's a difficult thing to do, but one has to deal with it. You just have to deal with it. We know that as we speak, all these steps we have just mentioned now might not put food on your table as quick as it is, but the fact remains that for you to have these skills, sooner or later, you are going to benefit from it. Be productive, because it is only a productive mind that gets greater height. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed the program today. Let's not forget to click on the love and like button, and also share this program. And also, let's not forget to always put our Queen Mother in prayers, that God will continue to strengthen and bless her for all she has been doing for humanity. And let's not forget to always invite our friends to follow 4G Community Impact Initiative. This is a home for everybody. We don't look at gender, we don't look at religion, nothing concerns us with religion, sentiment, or what have you. All we do as God has asked us to do through the able hands of our Queen Mother, Queen Omoti. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me this evening. I wish you a wonderful and happy Sunday night rest. God bless you. Good night.